Decisions, decisions, decisions. That's really what life is all about. Well, I decided that it's time for a new vehicle, and I went up to down to a local Lexus dealer that's down in Eugene, Oregon, which is about, I'd say 60, 70 miles away from us. There's no Lexus dealers here in town. And my head was pretty well set on an ES 250, which is a pretty nice car. So I went down there, did a test drive. We both liked it. We thought it was a pretty good deal, and we were just going to worry about some financing and close the deal. Well, Saturday, the next day, I had to go to the River Gallery in Independence in Oregon and drop off 6 of my boxes, which just happens to be, I'm doing a show there at the River Gallery. So I got all that work done, and I was on my way back, and I saw a BMW X3 that I thought that was a pretty good deal. And since I have an old BMW, I thought, hey, we'll give this a shot and take a look at it. So Sunday we went in to see the BMW dealer and sat in an X3, and now we've got a problem. So what I did is I have to make a decision, or I am in the process of making a decision. And the way I make decisions is, because I'm an engineer, I could have put it on a spreadsheet. That was my wife's suggestion. But what I decided to do is build the boxes. I like to build boxes because it's calm, and with all the steps required to finish a box, it takes me away from the stress of trying to figure out a decision. So this has nothing to do with selecting a car, and this really has nothing to do too much with creating the box. But for the Lightburn people, I will show you what I've done in Lightburn to build the box, and what my intent was on these boxes is simply to put my pros and cons into the box, and then at the end of the day look at them and say, hey, this is the vehicle that I'm interested in. And in the meantime, I got 2 boxes out of the deal. So let's proceed on. I'm just going to show you the boxes. We're going to just do a few seconds in Lightburn and end this one, because it's not really a how-to video like my usual ones. If you want to see how I build boxes, I got tons of other videos that show you how to do that. Both boxes are about the same, whether it's a Lexus or a BMW. I searched the net and found a JPEG that had the BMW logo, and I imported it into Lightburn. From there, I did a trace to trace out the outline. Now that didn't exactly trace 100%. I had some little problems over here with the bead, but I exported it as a DXF into TurboCAD, cleaned that up, and imported it back in. So what I did here is, let's take the front over here on the right hand side. You can see that the front is approximately 118 millimeters across and 76 millimeters down. I then took the tracing and set that up in the center. Now for the insets, I usually use 200 at 20, and that gives me deep enough cuts so that when I put my 0.032 inch inlays in, it will just about be flush with the surface. You really don't want to sand too much out. And for my inlays, I duplicated it and moved it over to the side here. And inlays I cut at 100 millimeters per second at 20 watts, 20%. So that will give me my inlay. This is my insets. Now on the sides of the box, I decided just to put a tree. I don't know why. It has nothing to do with the type of car or tree grown in Bavaria or wherever Lexus is made. It's just a tree, some decoration on the side. I didn't want to put performance, safety, blah, blah, blah. I just did this. Now for the top, which is down over here, I repeated it just a little bit bigger and then proceeded on to cut. Nothing fancy, and this is how I cut the inlays. This is how I cut the insets. The Lexus box was pretty much the same way. I searched the internet and I found a very nice Lexus symbol, and I went ahead and did the tracing for it. But one of the problems I had is I didn't like the left-right. So I split it and moved the Lexus below it. Other than that, it's exactly the same. And the box size is approximately the same. And the top is maybe a little bit bigger, but not by much, which is over here. So this is the top on this side. I'm sorry. This is the front. This is the side. Again, a tree has nothing to do with Lexus or anything else. And this is the top. Okay, so this was a lot of fun making these boxes, and I did a lot of shortcuts. This one was made basically of scrap wood, and so was this one. Each one of these only took me about 3 or 4 hours to build, which is, for me, pretty fast. And it did help. I had the jigs for the hinges that I made, so that was really the first test of the jigs that I did for either one of these boxes, and they worked out pretty well. So now what I got to do is fill this box with what I liked about it, this box what I liked about it, and then make that decision. I really would like to finish this off by Friday. Now these boxes aren't the best I've ever done, and really the quality isn't as good as I normally do, but for a 3-hour box made out of scrap wood, not too bad. All right, that's it for now.